Croghan Colonial Bank is committed to education in the Fremont area and is proud to support St. Anne's School in today's New 6. Local support has also been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.
Hi, I'm Adam Boland from St. Anne's School. Welcome to New 6. With today's first story, here's Maggie O'Brien.
Every growing child needs milk for strong bones and healthy teeth. But have you ever wondered how the milk gets from the cow to the grocery store? In our first story, Jared Kingsborough talks with dairy farmer Tim King to find out more about it.
Tim and Amy King have been working with dairy cows almost their whole life. I'm Jared Kingsborough here at the King's Dairy Barn to learn more about it. What kind of equipment do you use to milk the cows?
We have 4 portable units where we can carry it from cow to cow easily.
How many cows do you milk a day?
We milk 102 twice a day.
What happens to the milk after it leaves the farm?
The truck comes and picks it up and hauls it to the processing plant where it is heated up, which is called pasteurization. Then it's in turn moved into a machine called a separator. That's where they take the cream off the milk. The cream is the part that lays right on top of the milk. You can see where it starts and where it stops right there, and that's what you call the cream. And there it's put in a separator where the cream is taken off of it, and that's where you get your whole milk, 2% milk, 1%, and half and half.
Can you drink the milk right away?
Yes, you can, and it's called raw milk. No, we use it for our own purpose, but no, people claim it's got an off taste to it.
It's good. Delicious.
Now let's move back to the studio.
Today's News 6 is produced by St. Anne's School in Fremont. Fremont is located in Sandusky County, about 30 miles east of Bowling Green. Fremont was founded in 1849 and has a population of 17,648.
The city of Fremont is considered to be rich in history. It's the home of our 19th president, Rutherford B. Hayes. It was also the home of many Americans who settled in Ohio, who built beautiful Victorian homes for their families. News 6 reporter Les Snyder takes a closer look at one of those links to our rich past.
Hi, I'm Les Schneider. We are reporting from the Dillon House, located across the street from the Hayes estate. Miss Bowen, would you please tell us when the Dillon House was built?
Yes, Les. It was built in 1873, and it took 2 years to build, and it was designed for the Dillons by Mr. Johnson, an architect from Fremont.
What do you find most fascinating about the house?
Oh, I think all of the rooms and the history of the house, the way it was used. And the Dillons had 8 children and raised 8 children here, and they raised 5 to adulthood. So this house was always filled with fun and games and parties.
Would you tell us about some of the furnishings in the house?
Well, one of the interesting things in the house is the piano. And it's a square grand Steinway. It's over 100 years old. Another item in the house is in the dining room, and it's called a sideboard, and it has carving on it of a deer's head with real deer antlers. The oldest furniture in the house is in the red bedroom upstairs, and it's 1830s, a beautiful, beautiful canopy bed.
Thank you, Miss Bowen, for telling us about the Dillon House. This is Les Schneider reporting for News 6. Now back to the studio.
In our Kids View segment this week, the 6th graders of St. Anne's School gave a few suggestions to improve the world we live in. Here's Chrissy Lodge with this week's question.
If you can make the world a better place, what would you change?
If I can make the world a better place, I would make drinking and smoking illegal for everybody.
If I can make the world a better place, I would stop littering.
If I were to make the world a better place, I would make guns illegal.
Have you ever dreamed of performing on stage in front of hundreds of people, showing their appreciation with thunderous applause? Well, dreams can come true. Jill Link takes us to the Fremont Community Theater to experience the thrills of live theater firsthand.
Ever dream of having your name in lights or appearing on a stage in front of a crowd? Well, then this is a place where your dreams can come true. Hi, my name is Jill Link, and I'm here at Fremont Community Theater talking about theater production with Patty King. Mrs. King, what kind of productions does the community theater perform?
Well, our basic season consists of 5 shows. Usually they're more adult-oriented. A couple musicals and comedies seem to be the most popular with the audience. We also have our summer teen theater, and we started last year our summer children's theater.
The audience sees the performers on stage, but what goes on behind the scenes?
Quite a lot. You've heard the term the tip of the iceberg. Well, what you see on stage is really basically the tip of the iceberg. Behind the stage, you've had people working for a couple months on sets and building the set and all the things that makes it look real to the audience, on costumes, and we have someone, our costume designer, who designs the costumes as well as the technicians who make the costumes, and we have our makeup people who put on the makeup so we look very natural or unnatural as the case may be. Sometimes we make young people look old or normal people look very strange. You have your sound technicians and your light technicians. And then you've got basic people like box office and programs and ushers, and it takes a lot to put a show together.
What do you like most about live theater?
You never know what's going to happen, and sometimes it's a challenge to the actors to do their best when mistakes happen, like if a doorbell's supposed to ring and it doesn't ring, to see how the actors get through it and stuff. And there's just kind of an energy when you see things live on stage. That to me is very, very exciting.
Thank you, Mrs. King, for talking with News 6 about the Fremont Community Theater. This week in Critics Corner, St. Anne's School chose Blossom Culp and the Sleep of Death, written by Richard Peck. It's about the spirit of an ancient Egyptian princess named Sat Hathor, who was enraged because her tomb has been robbed and her mummy stolen. The princess communicates with Blossom, a high school student with psychic powers, and threatens her with a certain curse unless Blossom and her friend can locate the missing mummy. If you like mystery and adventure, then this is the book for you.
That's all for this week's show. Be sure to tune in next week for another 6th grade perspective about the people and places in Northwest Ohio.
Krogan Colonial Bank is committed to education in the Fremont area and is proud to support St. Anne's School in today's News 6. Local